Pastor Maya, we're living off the land. We're January the 20th. I picked up my seed potatoes today. These are certified red DeSoto. They picked up 300 pounds, 6 sacks. And I also have about another 300 to 400 pounds of seed potato that I kept of my own that from my crop last year that I'm going to plant that's already sprouted. What you want to do is get these certified seed potatoes, and as you see these little eyes is where the plant's going to grow from. And you just take you a knife and just cut your potato to good sized little chunks like so, and just make sure you have at least a couple of these eyes on them potatoes. And you do that with every potato that you get. And then the next process is to let them cure. Let this right here cure and dry up some, because you don't want to put them in the ground when the ground's too wet with this, because they will start rotting. And we'll probably, right now we're just, what I go by in the area that I'm at is I go by ground temperature. For ash potatoes, it's anywhere from 45 to 55 degrees. And what I do, I got a thermometer which will be showing. I take that thermometer, put it in the ground, and leave it there for, in the garden where I'm going to plant this, leave it there for about 5 minutes, and then check the ground temperature. And whenever the ground temperature gets between 45 and 50, and it holds that for 3 or 4 days, 5 days a week, then I'll start planting. It's Pastor Mike, living off the land. We're now January 28th. It's been a couple of weeks or so since we worked our ground, got it ready. Since then I hipped it up a couple of times and to help it dry out. The potatoes, we've cut them, and now we've let them cure, let them dry up, so it just heals it up. It heals that cut up, and you can see right here the little sprouts starting. We're going to plant these about a foot apart on the ground with these eyes up, and with some luck, in about June we'll start harvesting, and hopefully we'll have a bumper crop.
Upside down, sprouts up.
Okay, we got our certified seeds planted. Half of a half acre. It took us about an hour to plant that. But I also keep seeds for myself. These are some potatoes I've been keeping for a couple of years now. And as you can see, they're very well sprouted. Actually, I could wait a month and plant these, and they'll still be about the same time as those. But while the ground's right and fertilized, everything's ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and put them down. And just to show you how prolific potatoes can be, come see right here. This is some potatoes that was in a, look at that, we already got new potatoes, and we're just January the 28th. This was in a can, and it got moist to it, so you can see the moisture, and it made them sprout. So, but we'll go through these boxes, and we'll pick out the best looking ones, and we'll plant the rest of our half acre. And we'll see come June, July, how they do. Thing we didn't show y'all on film was I had made my rows, which y'all had seen me make the rows. This morning I came with my middle buster and I opened the rows, and I'm going to use my pickup disc to cover them again. And
cover the ones in this. Planting our potatoes, and we're January the 6th right now, and it's very cold and it's very wet. We got a big rain. They already planted, but just to show you, I use one of these little ground thermometers. And it's showing 60 degrees right now. But this is what I usually plant by, whatever, if it's corn, snap beans, whatever it is. Like I said earlier, potatoes you can fudge a little bit, but most of your crops, if you go by ground temperature, you won't go wrong. They're very simple to use. You just take them, stick them in the ground, and let them sit there for about 5 minutes, and you'll get a ground temperature. And according to whatever seeds you plant, all seeds got different ground germination temperatures. You know, after this big rain, if you see my ground pretty well drained, you gotta have good drainage in Louisiana to do any potatoes at all. Matter of fact, I believe I'm about the only one who's got potatoes planted already. A lot of people say they're not going to plant because it's too wet. We are taking a chance on losing them, on rotting and what have you. But we just got to take the chance and go for it and hope for the best. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to rewalk this field, and anything that's kind of washed up, I'm going to push it back down for in case we would get a light frost or something. Hopefully everything will go good. Ground temperature showing 45. For mashed potatoes, anywhere from 45 to 50 is good for germination. Right after we planted, we got a 2-inch rain, and this is the second time that I walked this field to replant those that washed up. I did plant a little extra deep knowing the rain was coming, but some still washed up, and with this sandy land it does that. And every time it rains, we'll walk the field and push them back down, and I can almost assure you we will have some rottage, but that's why I plant as much as I do. I always overplant to make up that difference when it for loss. You should always watch your garden for signs, and this, as you can see, is some fresh rabbit manure, which I don't do nothing with the rabbits. I just let them have their way because we have such a shortage of rabbits now since the wolves got so bad, to where I just let them eat at will. I don't shoot them, I don't kill them, I just let them have at it. But we are in an area, I got 2 big ponds, about 1 acre apiece in the back in the woods right here by me, and it's very common to come out here and find an alligator in the garden. Now those I don't put up with too much because they can be dangerous. usually after the livestock. But we do have a lot of possums and armadillos. We do fight with a lot of armadillos and rabbits and wildlife. I'm not lucky to have a lot of deer like most people. Wished I did, but I don't. But I do have a few rabbits, and some I do put up with and some I don't, like the alligators we don't. Pastor Maya living off the land.